forward. I want you to think about what your wealth plan, your wealth accumulation plan is in this generation and as a matter of generational wealth. What is your plan? Is it a thing of the past, or are you focused on the future? If it's a past mindset, it tends to be with traditional assets. And this is a both and strategy, not either or. But it is absolutely time to reassess to see if your goals and your plan is keeping pace with all of the advantages of new technology and new offerings in the space. Because I want to tell you a little secret about wealthy investors. Think about this, and I'll show you all of these, and then I'll come back. We have employees, we have self-employed or small business owners, we have big business owners, and we have investors. So again, we have employee, small business or self-employed, the solopreneur, big business owner, and investor. Think about which cash flow quadrant or which letter identifies you. Where are you? Are you generating income from the work you do as an employee or a solopreneur, for example? Or do you generate cash flow from the assets you own? That would be the big business owner and certainly the investor. This information comes from the short form book guide to Rich Dad's Cash Flow Quadrant. And I highly recommend that book as well. Think about it. If you're trading your time for money, it's necessarily limited to the amount of time and how you show up. If you don't show up, it's like, don't show up, don't eat, don't get paid, don't eat, right? And that is no way to build generational wealth. You may even be a high income earner, but because income is taxed at a higher bracket than capital assets, the assets that actually go and the capital gains and losses can generate income. That's a very different approach, and it's taxed at a lower tax rate. And fun fact, crypto is actually taxed as a capital asset as well, which makes it really, really interesting for new investors that have traditionally been locked out of other opportunities. Big business owners and investors fundamentally understand money, and they utilize other people's money and other people's time. The other people, employees and solopreneurs, for example, maybe you're an independent contractor. Businesses, big business owners make money for themselves because their labor goes into a company that they own, and money is made for themselves because they earn direct profit from their investments when they invest as well. So big business owners and investors are wealth builders. Everyone else is feeding into the wealth that big business owners and investors actually accumulate. So many people got wrecked also in the last downturn. We're currently in we're in a bear market now with interesting kind of the prices are moving sideways. And in fact, as concerns over interest rate hikes and concerns over a potential or actual recession, wars and rumors of wars, everything that's going on, so many people are looking for that quick hit, that get rich quick. And there's so many scammers and imposters in the space as well. You have to be very, very careful about with whom you engage in the space. I love getting rich quickly, as long as it's not a scheme. But you get rich quick by getting smart quicker, by keeping pace with the changes and all of the opportunities in the space. Obviously, stocks, bonds, real estate, cash flow, intangible assets. I'm an intellectual property lawyer by training. So trademarks, patents, brand, goodwill in a business, knowledge, in all those intangible assets connected to data, for example, and also crypto. Now, the first cryptocurrency is Bitcoin. It was first launched in January of 2009. One piece of homework I give to everyone is to search for, or in fact, don't search for it. I'm going to send it to you after this presentation. The Satoshi white papers. Bitcoin was invented by a pseudonymous character, man, woman, group. We're not quite sure. It's fully decentralized from the beginning. No one took ownership of it, and it has been chugging along nicely ever since January of 2009. But in 2008, Satoshi issued a white paper, 9 pages, I think 9 footnotes, revolutionized the world. So I want you to get an idea of why Bitcoin was created in the first place, and then the almost 23,000 different types of coins and tokens that have come into existence since that time. Not all coins and tokens are created equally, but they are all taxed as capital assets. And so we need to have discernment to know how to compare and contrast. And we'll talk about